All right, so in this video, we just want to do a quick overview of the Fusion motion control system. So let's just start off with going over the individual components. This device right here is the brain. Basically, this is the little computer that's going to operate all the other systems. This is what houses the Ethernet jack, the USB, SD card slot. There's Wi-Fi built into this. And you have your power input and your 3 motor outputs. Now this doesn't limit you to 3 motors or axis. These are 3 individual chains that you can then branch off and daisy chain as many motors as you like, up to the system limit of 256 axis. On the front side here, you'll notice a small little LED that is not an indicator LED. It's actually a flashlight. And through the GUI, you can turn that on. So if you're doing night work, setting up for a time-lapse shot, you need a quick flashlight, right through the GUI you can turn that on and it gives you a little headlamp. After the brain, you have basically all your different motorized devices. Now there will be more coming, but what we have on the initial release is what you see on your table. The first one, this is our motor brick. Basically what this is a turntable. It's just a 90-degree right-angle drive. It's got a lot of smarts in here. So it remembers all your settings and that type of thing. So it's got its own little computer built in. Also, what's kind of neat is it has a jack here that can either be used as an input or an output jack. In the initial release, it's primarily just going to be used as a intervalometer or a camera triggering port. But eventually, we'll have different devices that you can then use to trigger the system to start, as well as being triggered. And each one of these bricks or individual axis can be individually controlled either as an input or an output. Also, we'll have lots of hardware kits. So this can be set up as just a basic turntable for products. You can build your own rigs out of it. As you see here, you can assemble 2 of them together to create a pan tilt head. You could even put a 3rd one mounted on the back to create a roll feature. Pretty much it's like an erector set. You can build whatever you like out of our system. And there's all kinds of threadings in here. Mounted holes or mounting holes everywhere, 3/8, quarter 20. We really try to make this thing as universal as possible. The other 2 types of motors we're currently releasing are the slider motors, which are, these look very similar to our analog version. They just have a digital encoder built into them. And then we have our focus motors. On this unit here, for non-geared lenses, we are running a belt drive. And then we have a geared version. And these are swappable to both drives. You can interchange whether it be from a pulley to a gear. Now, in order for these to work, you have to have a motor control board or a motor control module. In the bricks, all the electronics are built right into the brick. But with these, so they're not bulky, this is basically the same electronics that is inside of this brick. So you simply just daisy chain in and out of this unit and then pop off your weather tight cap there and plug a motor in. So now this guy is married to this system. So when you set this up in your profile in the GUI, this will retain the information for this motor. So now that we went over all of these individual components, I say let's go ahead and hook this guy up and we'll show you how to do a basic operation or move. Okay, so now that we've ran through the individual components and we've got this rig set up, ready to go, we're going to go ahead and show you how to hook up the electronics. The first thing you want to do is plug in the power to the brain. There's no chance that you can get this screwed up because all of our connectors are proprietary, so the power has a different connector from the main network, and then also the motor control modules, the connection between that and the individual motors are also a different connector. So on the back of the brain you have the power input here. You just line up the white arrows and push to connect. And we'll leave that sit there. As you can see, the light power's on. It should start breathing, and that's letting you know that it's gone through its initial power up and everything's functioning properly. So now let's start to hook up our motors. Our slider motor is already connected to our motor control module. So we're just going to plug in our cable here and run it into one of the 3 main system ports on the back. And then for our pan tilt, we're going to use a longer one because it's going to be moving. So we'll just, now we can either plug directly into the brain or we can plug in to this other port on the motor control module. It's all on a network, so it doesn't really matter how you connect it, whether it be in a series or on a branching system. We're just going to go ahead and plug into the brain there. Now we're going to plug into the first brain, which happens to be back here. And then we're going to loop out of the out, which they're all outs and ins, but connect there. You can see the LED light up green, which means it's online. We're good to go. So before you can actually start to do the move, and if you've watched the software overview video, you know that you need to calibrate it, which is just setting your limits. So the first thing I'm going to do through the software here should just be, we're in analog mode, we're just going to move it down here to the end, and I'm going to hit mark begin. Go down to the other end, mark end. Now we're going to do the pan. And mark begin. Mark end. Now the tilt. Do the mark begin. And mark end there as well. So now we can go ahead and set up our move. Now we set our limits. I can just show you real quick. I'm sliding my slider left to right, and it'll just come down and stop at those limits. Okay, now that we've got everything calibrated, let's go ahead and do a very simple move here. I'm going to go ahead and click on slider, move it down to this end. I'm going to bring my pan back towards you. We'll leave the tilt. Actually, we'll take the tilt down a bit. And we'll bring the focus back. And we'll pull zoom back as well. And now we're going to record this as our first keyframe. And we want our move to finish out down at the end of this slider. We'll bring the pan around. Tilt up. Rack focus, and we'll push our zoom all the way out just so you can see a lot of movement. And we're going to record keyframe. All right, everything's good now. What I'm going to do is go through here with the Bezier curves and adjust this motion so it's as smooth as possible. Okay, now that I've got that adjusted, I'm going to rapid keyframe. Should come right back around here. I'm going to play this move over 15 seconds. I'll adjust the time to 15 seconds and hit play. If you want to speed the move up, we'll just go back to the first keyframe. And we'll adjust this down to 8 seconds. And obviously you can make this as slow as you like. So that's pretty much everything there is to at least doing a basic 5-axis move.